Good morning, my dear friends, my fellow believer. It is a great privilege and a great opportunity to be in the studios of the Evangelist Ministry and preach the gospel to all of you, my friends. My dear friends, from the studios of the Evangelist Ministry, we spread the good news about Jesus Christ and His saving grace. Our mission, the mission of this ministry, is to lead people into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. My dear friends, the topic of this morning is this. Do you ever question God? Let's think about that. Don't raise your hand. The question is to you and I, do you ever question God? My dear friends, if we open our Bibles and we see the book of Judges, chapter 6, verse 11 and 16, the Bible said this. And there came an angel of the Lord and sat under an oak, which was in Ophrah, that pertained unto Joash the Abiezrite. And his son Gideon tread with by the winepress to hid it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him and said unto him, Lo, the Lord is with you, thou youth, mighty man of valor. And Gideon said unto him, O my Lord, O my Lord, if the Lord be with us, why then is all this befallen us? Why all these calamities against us? And where be all this miracle which our fathers taught us of, saying, did not the Lord bring us from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. My dear friends, and the Lord said unto Gideon, the Lord said, surely I will be with you, and you shall smite the Midianites as one man. My dear friends, the question is this. Do you ever question God? When things going down the hill, when things going down the field and nothing is in your favor, have you ever questioned God? I done many times. But my friends, let's think about the Bible. The Lord turns to Gideon and said, go in the strength you have and save Israel out of the Midian's hands. And right away he said, am I not sending you? I mean, Gideon wasn't going to go alone, because the Lord said, am I not sending you? My dear friends, I guessed Gideon thought, what can I do alone against an army? Because the Lord said, go in the strength you have and save Israel. But right away, he said, am I not sending you? But sometimes we do not understand the message from God, my friends. Sometimes we deaf in godly messages. We always try to be ahead of the game, and that's why we're always in trouble. You see, the Lord said, go in the strength you have and save Israel out of the Midian's hand. And right away, the message is, am I not sending you? Well, my dear friend, human beings, right away, I guess Gideon thought, what can I do alone against an army? And again, God defied Gideon. The Lord answered, I will be with you. I will be with you. That's his presence. He always offered his presence. And he said, and you will strike down all the Midianites. The promise is there right away. But sometimes we're talking to God, but our head is in someplace else. You see, I guess Gideon thought, what can I do alone against an army? And again, God defies Gideon. The Lord answered, I will be with you. That's his presence. His promises, his presence. And you will strike down the Midianites. It's another promise. You will strike them. You will have the victory. And he said, and you will strike down the Midianites, leaving none alive. You see, God never called you to do something without he being in your presence. Now, the question is this, my friends. What will you do? Just think about it. Don't raise your hand. What will you do if the Lord shows up in the middle of your workday with a message? This happened to Gideon. Read it. Judges from chapter 6, verse 11 to 16. Read it. What will you do if the Lord shows up in the middle of your work day with a message? Don't forget it. This happened to Gideon. The angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, mighty hero, the Lord is with you. And right away, I understand Gideon's heart. Pardon, my Lord. Gideon replied. But if the Lord is with us, why has all this happening to us? Do you ever question God when things go wrong in your personal life? Like Gideon? Of course. Of course, because we're humans. We always have to ask questions. Why this happened to me? Why is this happened to us? You see, Gideon said, pardon, my Lord. Gideon replied. But if the Lord is with me, that's what I said many times. If God is with me, why so many things wrong happen in my personal life? He said, pardon, my Lord. Gideon replied, but if the Lord is with us, why has all this thing happened to us? Why, Lord? Do you ever question God like that? Yes, you did already. And not once, not two, but many times in life. Why these things happen to me? My friends, why, Lord? Gideon wants to know why it seems as if God has abandoned his people. And sometimes that's how I feel. If God is with me, why so many things wrong happen to me? I feel abandoned as well as I feel today. I say, God, if you're with me, why so many things wrong happen to me? And nothing's got to according to my plans. You know why? Because he has a better plans for me. Nevertheless, my friends, God didn't answer that question to Gideon. After Gideon has endured 7 years of enemy attacks, sadness, tribulations, starvation, and hidden in caves, God didn't explain why he never intervened. God could have revealed Israel's past sins as the reason. But instead, my friends, he gave Gideon hope for the future. And that's what I feel sometime in my life. That God never answered my question, but he gave me hope on daily basis for the future. The future can be in this world, or my future can be in heaven. But one way or another, he gave me the hopes to continue living and serving him. But my friends, the question is this. God could have revealed Israel's past sin as the reason, but instead, he gave Gideon hope for the future. God said, go with the strength you have. Let's think about this. Go with the strength you have. Right away, he said, I will be with you. That's a promise. That is a promise. I will be with you, and you will destroy the Midianites. It's another promise. I will be with you, and you will destroy them. You will destroy the enemy. But my friends, humankind, my question is this. Think about before you answer. Do you ever wonder why God has allowed suffering in your life? I question that. Did I question to God? Yes. I said, if I'm with you and you with me, why so many sufferings come into my life? I question God. Now, do you ever wonder why God has allowed suffering in your life? And instead of answering that specific question, my dear friends, God might satisfy you with his nearness today and remind you that you can rely on his strength when you feel weak. Peter 5, if we can read 1 Peter 5:7, say, casting all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. The Bible said that. Casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. My dear friends, when Gideon finally believed that God was with him, because this happens sometimes. Sometimes we don't believe it. Things go wrong on daily basis. How can we believe that? But my dear friends, When Gideon finally believed that God was with him and would help him, he built an altar and called it the Lord is Peace. Wow, it's not beautiful. We can see that in Judges 6, verse 24. When Gideon finally believed, when you and I finally believe that God is with us and will help us, we will build an altar. We built an altar and we call it the Lord is Peace, because peace and joy will come into you and to my heart. My dear friends, there is a peace in knowing that whatever we do and wherever we go with God, who promised never to leave us or forsake his followers. Hebrews 13:5 said, so that we might boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what men shall do unto me. This is what I learned from this message. I hope you do. Hebrews 13:5 says, so that we might boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Lord, help me to trust you even when I do not understand why certain things happen in my personal life. My dear friends, let's think about this. What could be better than getting answer to our question? Trusting a good and powerful God. Do you understand my question? What could be better than getting answer to our question? Simple. Trusting a good and powerful God. The God that you and I will serve. My dear friends, today's text provides some insight into how we should view situations for which we feel inadequate. Gideon did not feel prepared to go into war against the Midianites. He don't feel comfortable. He said, what can I do, me alone, against an army? Let's think about that. But my friends, Gideon did not feel prepared to go into war against Midianites and who were oppressing Israel. Responding to Gideon's understandable concern, God sent the angel of the Lord to encourage him. But my dear friends, we can get it to a conclusion. We can get it to a great conclusion, and we stop asking questions to God and just do what he wants us to do from now on. From now on, we have to do what God wants us to do. We can get into a conclusion. Let's think about this. And God is talking to you, and God is talking to me. It is not that right. God is talking to you at this moment. You the one who is watching me in this moment. God is talking to you and I. Let's listen. He said that Gideon should go in the strength he had. Let's think about this. Is what God said. But right away, He also said, I will be with you. It's not wonderful. He's telling me, Pastor Kiroa, you continue on, that I will be with you. I feel sad. I feel disappointed. I feel discouraged many times. Yes. But right away, his promises come into my mind. My dear friends, but he also said, I will be with you. When God called us to take a difficult task, we can rely on his strength and power to help accomplish it. My question is this moment, my friends. Are you facing situations like mine and like Gideon's problems? Are you facing situations for which you feel inadequate? When you say this is impossible, ask God for his strength to help you. Ask God. Talk to God. He's a God who always is ready to listen our petitions. Remember, to get into conclusion, the Lord turned to him and said, go in the strength you have and save Israel out of the Midianites' hands. Am I not sending you? Let's think about that. My dear friends, nevertheless, God didn't answer Gideon's question. After Gideon had endured 7 years of enemy attacks, sadness, tribulation, starvation, and hidden in cave, God didn't explain why he never intervened. God could reveal Israel's past sins as the reason, but instead, he gave Gideon hope for the future. He might answer to me why all this going on in my personal life and prepare me for my future. My future could be here in this world or could be in heaven. Have a good day, my friends. I love you in the Lord. I pray for you and many people. You pray for me. I love you guys. I love you all. God bless you. And God bless America. Because this America is the America of my dreams. God bless you and God bless America. Because America is a good place to be. Do you ever question God? Yes, you did. Have a good day. Have a good day and God bless you again.